Hey guys, so I wanted to jump on here real quick and talk to you just about my experience using peptide. It's called BPC 157. Of course, everything's reversed, so you can't see it. But quick overview on a peptide. So a peptide is something that's found naturally in the body. They are synthetically produced, and a peptide pretty much just sends a signal to your body to perform a certain action. And this one particular peptide, BPC 157, it's isolated from our gastric juices, and they found that it accelerates the healing of your GI tract. It can work with ulcers, for irritable bowel syndrome, for irritable bowel disease. It does a lot of different things, but there's not too many people that know about it. So I came across it because I've kind of fallen through the whole leaky gut, intestinal inflammation group. And, so I spent pretty much 10 years trying to figure out and biohack my way to fix this problem. Worked with, numerous naturopathic doctors and functional doctors. Told I had candida, or it's SIBO, or it's a gastric, or it's like, my stomach acid isn't right. It's just like I couldn't find an answer. And they're giving me all these different supplements, and it's like never could get something that actually, got long-term lasting results. Diet made a big difference, switching to a paleo diet, getting rid of gluten, getting rid of grains, dairy, that kind of stuff. It made a difference, but I wasn't getting lasting results. And so I was getting pretty frustrated. I was getting pretty desperate because I'm sitting in infrared sauna right now, because I got kids and they're crazy upstairs. But I couldn't find any answers, so I bought infrared sauna because someone said that would fix it, but it didn't fix it. Great sauna, but didn't fix the problem. But long story short, so I finally came across BPC 157 because someone suggested. I finally, kept telling me to look into it. And I looked into it and I read the literature, and it's all animal studies and it's based out of Russia. So, but, after looking at it and listening to what people are saying, I was like, if this thing delivers on even, 25% of what people are saying it can possibly do, I was like, I have to try this thing. So I didn't realize that you could even get it through a doctor and you could have it prescribed. I had no idea at the time. So I purchased it online, which I recommend being very careful with, because it's a gray market. You don't know what you're getting. You really have to trust, the supplier that is selling it to you. And I've had bad reactions from purchasing peptides online. So, that's something that's it's definitely risky. But you can go through a doctor. You can have it prescribed through a pharmacy that's FDA regulated. I actually joined a clinic, Revolution Wellness. We have a doctor that prescribes peptides, that does HRT, all that stuff. But, big picture is this stuff ended up being a game changer for me, where I finally saw improvements in my, my gut function and the food sensitivities and the brain fog and, the lack of energy that I hadn't seen in a decade, of trying everything. What seemed like everything. And I was about to spend, a lot of money working with a high-end functional doctor that, I'm not sure if these guys are on the right path. Peptides, because it's something that naturally produces in our body, and the body knows what to do with it. So it's just sending a signal in the body to upregulate a certain process. And in this case with BPC, it's sending a process to lower inflammation, to repair the intestinal wall. There's stuff that it can help with neurotransmitters. There's some stuff with, mood regulation. It sounds like snake oil, but this stuff, it's pretty crazy. It actually works. So I started a Facebook group after using it, because I just wanted to share my experience with it. And because I knew how many people were really struggling and were going through the same thing I was, and how frustrating it is to have no answers and to talk to doctors and hear, everyone's got a different opinion. They're like, it's candida, I tried this supplement, this natural, and for me, it didn't work. I'm not saying that maybe that stuff doesn't work for other people, but in my case, I couldn't get over the hump. I'd kind of plateaued, and it was looking like it was just something I was gonna have to kind of deal with. but you know, peptides opened a whole new door to I guess it's a classification of, it's called biologic medicine, but it's essentially it's medicine that's based on compounds that occur naturally in the body. And I come from kind of a, you know, a natural medicine mindset where I was like, wow, I'm like, this makes sense. I'm like, you know, this stuff is stuff that our body recognizes and knows what to do with it, but it's, you know, it's kind of the best of medicine where it's, you know, we can introduce this, it's synthetically produced in a lab. It is synthetic, but it's based on something that occurs naturally in the body, where it's different than like a completely synthetic small drug molecule where, okay, we know it hits, you know, this receptor and has this effect, but it's hitting 10 other receptors. And then it's like, okay, what about the long-term implications? And, you know, it's not the natural we're looking for. And unfortunately, you know, I found out that natural medicine wasn't going to take me all the way there. For a long time I thought it would, but I kind of, you know, I hit my plateau and I ran out of options. So, BPC 157, this, you know, the stuff that we get is from TaylorMade Compounding. There's a number of different pharmacies. You know, there's International Peptide Society where you can try to find a doctor. I created a Facebook group that has, you know, we've got, you know, a bunch of doctors listed that, you know, we're trying to continue to network and grow the doctor list. But, you know, really trying to get this information out there for people that can help, because there's so many more peptides than just BPC. You know, there's ones that are antiviral. There's ones that can help with, you know, cancer, for human performance, for muscle recovery. You know, and that's another thing with BPC is it works great for injury recovery because it upregulates healing process in the body and lowers inflammation. And it actually increases the, you know, the sensitivity of the growth hormone receptor on muscle sites. So it's something that it's like post-surgery, before surgery, after injury, like traumatic brain injury. It's just like, it sounds too good to be true, but you know, you go on YouTube, you go on Reddit, you start looking up this stuff, and you're gonna find there's a lot of information. There's a lot of people that are saying the same stuff. Like I say, so I run 3 Facebook groups because, you know, I was so excited about this stuff and wanted to share it. And, you know, those groups are, you know, most of them are over a couple thousand people now. But yeah, I got the opportunity to join a clinic, and, you know, so now I can actually work. I work with a team of people where we can bring people in if they want to run blood work, you know, to have their hormones looked at, to have different stuff looked at. We're able to do that all through telemedicine. You know, we work with LabCorp, so we can send them to wherever, you know, the closest LabCorp is, get their blood work, look at their hormones. You know, if they need hormone replacement, we can do that. We can prescribe medications, we can prescribe peptides. And, you know, I work as a wellness specialist where, you know, I'm just kind of, I deal with that person, I deal with the client day to day. Where if you need something, you talk to me, I can talk to the team, I can talk to the doctor, and we all facilitate that. So, you know, it's a really good system that's working well. But, you know, if you have any questions, you can shoot me a DM. You know, I try to get back to people as frequently as possible, but I'm going to keep doing some videos on different peptides I've tried, because there's ones that really work for cognitive function, for brain issues, and it's like, I'm ADD, ADHD, that's why I'm bouncing around, because I can't stop moving. But there's some really exciting stuff out there that finally works, and, you know, I've been looking for stuff that works for a long time, so, you know, I'm excited to talk about this stuff and bring it to people. But yeah, if you have any questions, shoot me a DM. I'm happy to talk to people about this, and, you know, if you want to get set up in the clinic, I can do that. But, you know, even if it's just point you in the right direction, I'm also, you know, more than willing to talk to people. But thanks for watching.